if that date means anything to you, but it will live with me forever, because that was a day that I was decidedly getting my ass handed to me on the day that should have been one of the biggest days of my life. I had been doing stand-up comedy for all of 2 years, and I got the opportunity to be the opening act for Weird Al Yankovic when he came to Salt Lake City. Just dropped out of heaven onto my lap. I got to be in front of a packed grandstand at the Utah State Fair. 3,500 people in my audience. And just to put that in perspective, generally I'm at clubs where maybe the max we've got at a club is 300. So this is 10 times the audience that I've ever had before or ever had since. I'm excited, I'm ready, I'm prepared, or so I thought. I get there and the whole thing just crumbles, beginning with the stage manager for Weird Al Yankovic coming to me and going, okay, so did they tell you about what we need you to do, the restrictions? And I go, no. And he says, we need you to be clean. And I'm going, okay, cool, but that means different things to different people. He's like, no. And so my anxiety starts to build, because I don't know if he means like Mormon clean or TV clean or where he means by that. And then he says, no drug references. And I go, what? I think I've got something that maybe talks, and I don't, and anxiety's building. And then he says, are you okay doing your own off-stage intro? And I'm going, and he says it in a way where I know I don't have a choice. What the offstage intro is, do you know what that is? It's like, it's an outside arena. I'm behind a stack of speakers, and in my best announcer voice, I go, and are you guys ready for Weird Al Yankovic? Yeah! And now, welcome to your stage, your opener, Greg Kyte. And then I walk out from behind the speakers, and I go, hey, I go, hey, how you guys doing tonight? And the first thing I hear from this crowd is, who are you? And I go, oh no, 14-year-old boys that just got dropped off by their mom at the Weird Al concert don't understand the concept of an opening act. They weren't expecting me. They didn't do it. And I did. Generally, in a club, if you have hecklers, the way you deal with that is you ignore them, because most people can't hear them, and I've got a mic and they don't. So you just keep going unless it becomes a problem. And for me, that had worked perfectly in all of my 2 years, which, by the way, accountant years are like opposite of dog years. So 2 years is really like 10 days. And so I'm there, but at 3,500 people who don't really want to see you do anything, they get critical mass. And I was supposed to do 20 minutes. I was great for 10 minutes of it, and then I lost balance right about the time where a bunch of people in the bleachers started chanting, Weird Al, during my set. And I go, and I just said, shut up. And that was a slight vindication, because I had a lot of people on just going, yeah, and they, support from them. And so I keep going, and I could feel that I wasn't on after that point. And so I think I was about 17 minutes, and I just said, the hell with it, I'm going to just wrap this up. So I say this, and my wording wasn't quite right. I said, I'm going to go, but before I do, I'm going to do this one last bit. And right after I said, I'm going to go, there was an even bigger eruption of, yeah! And I was just decimated by that. This was supposed to be my big opportunity, my big break, and I got destroyed by Star Wars nerds and that kind of thing. And I didn't even go out. I had my brother was in town from Mississippi. My dad was in town from Portland. My family, my wife was in the audience. I didn't even want to see anybody or sit with anybody. And I just walked around behind the grandstand, and I sat there for the rest of the show, just sitting in the middle of a giant turd that I dropped on the stage. And my experience in stand-up is not different from anyone else's. Bobcat Goldthwait has a story of he opened for Kurt Cobain. Before the concert, there were people handing out Gideon Bibles to all of the people going in, and he was pelted throughout his show with the Word of God. And every comedian has these stories, whether they're successful or not. They have these stories of just abject failure, and the question is, what makes us get back up and keep going after these abject failures? And I've had an epiphany about that. and it's this: failure helps you find what you're passionate about. Because if you can fail miserably and still go out of your way to do that same thing again, you found a passion, is what you did. Tom Watson, the founder of IBM, has a quote that I love. It says, if you want to succeed, double your failure rate. If you want to succeed, double your failure rate. And it makes perfect sense. One of two things is going to happen. You're going to fail and try again, which means you found your passion. Or you're going to fail and not try again, move on to something else, fail and not try again, move on to something else, fail and not try again, move on to something else, fail, love it, keep going, you found your passion. Okay? Failure's a way to find where your passion is. Okay?